Hi y'all, Reccia here with Pecan Creek Ranch, and today I'm going to be working with Kai again as part of my 100 days of riding Kai video series. And I have set up my tripod to hold the camera outside this round pen today, mainly because it's closer to where Kai's at right now and where the other horses are. So having the other horses nearby can be very beneficial and comforting as well. So that's why we're doing the round pen today. And also I'm kind of short on time. I've got another appointment, so I'm trying to squeeze this in between some things. So I'm just going to walk out and get Kai. Now, one of the things I have to be aware of today is what I'm coming in with. And I've got a lot of concerns on my mind. I also tend to have a mind that races quite a bit, and it's just constantly going and recycling the same things over and over and over again, especially if there's a challenge or a problem that I haven't quite figured out yet or hasn't been worked out. My mind just keeps spinning it around and spinning it around until something happens with it. And I recognize that's my nervous system trying to mobilize me to action, to figure out problems and to make me feel safe and connected in the world. So first, I just kind of want to check in with myself. I'm here pretty close to the herd. You can see they're just right there. Kai's real muddy, which is great because I have a little game we're going to play today that being muddy will be a benefit. Oh no, that's not him that's muddy, that's Iris. They look a lot alike. Before I get any closer, I'm just checking in with myself and trying to get present here where I'm at. It's a really beautiful day. The sun's shining, but it's not really hot. It's probably in the 60s right now. And there's just this really wonderful breeze that's very cooling on my skin. And it just feels amazing. It's so green out here right now. We had some good rains. All the trees are budding and blooming and getting very green and beautiful. And the horses are just hanging out together, grazing peacefully. Unfortunately, I hear lots of traffic. I don't really like that, but it's here. It's here with us. And feeling the ground underneath my feet, noticing what's around me. Oh, this is cute. Okay, I got to show you this. It's spring, and so the horses are shedding their winter coats, and there is that little sapling that looks like it died that someone's been scratching their belly on. Got some good hair on here. Look at that. Yeah, that's winter. Spring. That's spring for you. Boy, this shedding process is so itchy for them, it seems. They're constantly, this time of year, coming up to us and asking for some help with their shedding. They get kind of itchy and uncomfortable. I have gotten myself here where I'm at. My mind is not racing and worrying about all those other things. Although now that I talk about it, it wants to. So I'm just gonna keep drawing my attention to my senses and what I'm noticing here in this moment to help me be present, so I'm not just bringing all of that stuff into my relationship with Kai. Although my relationship with Kai can handle some of that, I would like at least to start today with being as present and grounded as I can before I ask him anything. And that's just where I think it's best for us to start today. So I'm going to take you along as best I can, see if I can get Kai to come with me. Here we go. We had a big storm come through here not too long ago, So we've got some fallen branches and stuff we're still trying to get all cleaned up. We have a lot of trees here, so whenever that happens, it takes us a while to get things cleaned up. There's Kai. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hey, handsome. And you know, as I approach him, I just notice like this really wonderful feeling in my chest and in my core, because I just adore this horse. And I feel delight when I'm around him. Even when he's doing things that I don't like or that I get worried and afraid about, I feel a sense of delight even then. And I think that's really important for attachment, for good, healthy attachment and relationship. And then that's his sister right there on the left. That's Juno. And gosh, just the fact that he's out here with his sister near the creek and getting to be a horse and having a good life just brings me so much joy and delight, and it fills my body with energy. So I'm going to start asking him about coming with me. Hey, bud. Kai. Hey, handsome. How are you? Good to see ya. You want to come with me? Thanks. You want to play? I got some things that we can play with today I think you're going to enjoy. Huh? Let me see. I know it's hard to do when I'm videoing. Give me a second, bud. So I'm going to play a little game with Kai today. One of the things we've been wanting to do for a long time is play with helping our horses communicate with these little recordable buttons. And I've done a little bit with Kai in the past on that, but it's been like maybe a year or more since I've even tried it with him. So I'm wanting to reintroduce that to him today and just kind of play with him with it. This is something that's fun for both of us, and it's kind of a good time of year to do it because the horses are shedding like crazy, and Kai has been asking for us to scratch him and itch him and brush him and all sorts of stuff for the last few days. So I'm going to take this opportunity, since he already knows how to ask us to scratch him and brush him physically, we're just going to add this button so he can start to learn how to ask with the button. And it's not because I need the button for him to communicate that to me. I can read his communication with just his body on that particular subject. But it's so that we can expand our communication so that he has more routes to communicate with me about things that maybe I don't understand, that I miss. So that's the point of this, and this is where we're going to start. So I'm going to start with these two brushes, and I think he might be out of frame there, so I'm going to see if I can get him to come into frame a little bit first. Hey, buddy. Kai. Hi, handsome. Come here, have something. Let's play with these together. So, Kai sometimes likes to choose between brushes. A couple of our horses do that. We'll bring a couple out and just see. What do you think? This one? Okay. So I'm going to start by just pushing the button. Brush. And then brushing them so that we build an association between the brush button and being brushed. Now I'm going to stop because he may push it. And I'm sorry, I know y'all can't see what's going on this side, but this is the side he's asked for now, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna brush on this side to begin with. Boy, he's shedding like crazy. If you haven't already, check out our video. I made a video last year during this season about shedding and how it's related to healing from trauma. And I think you might like it. So if you haven't already, look for that on our YouTube channel. And I'll link it somewhere in the description of this video or in one of the cards so you can see that. All right, so he kind of got distracted about eating again. So I'm going to ask for his attention back. Hi. All right, he's looking at the button. So I push the brush button. This is what it sounds like. Brush. And I'm going to brush him. Now I'm going to stop. Brush. Push it again and brush him. Okay. I'm going to hold it for him. He nosed it, but he didn't push it. I pushed it. But I'm going to go ahead and let that be the start of him telling me about brushing. That's how we kind of build on this. You might be wondering, how do you know how to do that? Like, are you doing it right? Well, I have watched some videos of some other people who've done it. Now, they've done it a little bit differently. So I've needed to adapt it to my personal preferences for training and communicating with my horses. And this is I'm just going to say this as a reminder, because I needed to remind myself of this week. Is that I think there are some things in life that are absolutes or near absolutes. I'm not sure exactly. I don't want to go into what I think maybe some of those are for me, but I think there's just a few of them maybe. And maybe they're not. Maybe that's just where I've landed in my life with that kind of stuff. And then I think there are things that are not absolute. And I think that there's so little we know about them, even though we might think that we know a lot, that they just can't be absolute. One of the things I think is not an absolute is horse training methods, ways of horse training. Now, I know that there's some science going around that people are saying means that this is an absolute. And I understand where you're coming from with that. And I understand it's also a human tendency to want to have absolutes and have very clean categories for things. I forgot to push the brush button again. So I try to keep that in mind when I think about and read science about this kind of stuff. And understand that there's some things that aren't being explored and that are just too hard to measure with science, like we don't know how to do it yet. So while I let the science inform me, I don't let it make all my choices, but I do consider it in the ways that I interact with my horses. Brush. There we go. So he's used to touching the brush to kind of tell me that he wants me to brush him. So we're going to include this as part of it too, to see if that helps with it. Anyway, I don't believe that horse training is one of those absolutes, that there's one right way or wrong way to do it. Especially when you're considering the individuality of the people who are doing the training, me, and the horses. Individuality of the horses. One of the things I've learned about my horses is that some of the things that work really well for Kai don't work really well for his half-sister Iris, and don't work at all. They're very, very different horses. All right, I'm going to try to stop talking so much and focus more on this. Okay, so he nosed it, and I met him halfway with that push. Same thing this time. I'm going to stop. Was that too hard? Was I getting too vigorous with it? Now, it just occurred to me I may be moving too fast. All right, he touched it, but this time I pushed it. Ideally, what I would like to do is get on Kai without anything on his head. And I think that Kai could handle that just fine. Honestly, I think he's at a place where he would feel comfortable with that. And I'm not. And it's not because I don't trust Kai. It's because I don't trust myself. I'm not feeling stable enough within my balance on him and my physical abilities right now to do that. And at the same time, I realize that this is not going to do anything for me to keep me balanced on a horse. Not a dang thing. While that's true, it's a psychological, emotional crutch for me. And I got to make a choice about that. I think it's okay to use that crutch for a short time if I need it, as long as it doesn't harm him in our relationship. So that's something I'm going to have to be mindful of. I'm going to use it. I do feel like I need that psychological and emotional crutch today at this point in our journey, and I'm just going to have to be mindful about whether or not it becomes a problem for him or for me or for our relationship. So this is kind of the tension I think that maybe we're holding today. I don't know if tension's the right word. Top on my box is loose and I need to fix it, but that's not happening today. So we're just going to work with what we have. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hi. How are you? What do you think about this, huh? He's had some feelings about the halter this week. So I want to be very mindful about asking him about this today. Try not to let my desire or need for it take over. Because that wouldn't be good for us, would it, buddy? What are you thinking? No, it can't just be scratches. We can't just do scratches. We can't just do scratches. It can't all be scratches. It can't all be scratches. Sometimes it's got to be halters and stuff. Yeah, I know. Yes. He is just not wanting the halter. All right. Okay. Okay. I hear you. Can we try without it? Hmm? Yeah? You decide which side you want me to get on, okay? You usually like that side, but you decide. No? No, you seem really concerned about what they're doing. I think they're just going over there to rest, bud. We'll go over there and rest in a minute too, okay? We probably won't do much on the back today. Yeah? What do you think? Move a little forward. Thank you. I know. I can't reach there. You're as close as you can get, aren't you? You don't have to get any closer than that. You're definitely going to need to put your leg down before I can get on you. So this is what he did the first time I got on him. Because I was real nervous, and we went around and around for a while. And he placed himself with his body over this. It was actually that corner. And I had been asking, are you sure? Is it okay? Until he had done that. Now you can see the difficulty I'm having here. And he's handling it beautifully. Thank you, buddy. I know I'm sorry. It's hard for me. I don't trust myself. It's not you, baby. I'm working on it, okay? You're amazing. I know. Yeah. Can we try again? I want to try a different way. I'm going to try a different way that's easier for both of us. You can't get any closer. You were as close as you could get, buddy. Can you move just a little? Okay, right there. That's good. Too far. You want me to get on this way? I don't think I can. I don't think I can get on this way. See, I can't get on this way. It doesn't work. See, you. Let me try again. Ready? Oh, no. Not gonna work. Try again. I promise I'm gonna try something better this time. You want the halter now? Can you tolerate it now? You want to play. You want to play. You want to play. Come here. Look, I'm willing to accept that maybe we don't get on today. But we need to at least not end on just checking out and ignoring, okay? I know struggled today. And I appreciate your patience and your willingness to stick with me. You give me a lot of grace, pony. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. My boy. All right. Can we? No, we've been actually working for a long time, haven't we? We've been at this for a while. I think he's getting tired. I'm definitely getting tired. So I'm just going to ask for him to come up here one more time. If he offers me to mount, I will. If he doesn't, then we will just be done. But I do want to stretch our window just a little bit. I think we can both tolerate it. We'll try again tomorrow, okay? Not every day is a riding day, is it? All right, so that's it for today. Isn't he handsome? Hi. I have to keep in mind the destination that we're trying to get to is for him to feel safe and connected enough to make choices about what happens to his body and what happens in our relationships. And that's an extremely important principle that underlies what we do with rhythmic riding, which is one of the reasons that we're training for riding, is for training for rhythmic riding. And he needs to be able to communicate and tell us whenever whoever's mounting on him has some things they need to work with. And he needs to communicate to us how he feels about it. And he needs to be able to build tolerance and resilience for dealing with that kind of stuff. So the choices I made today, I'm trying to keep all of that in mind. The reason I pushed a little bit to ask for one more time after I thought we were kind of out of our window or kind of edging on our window, kind of done, was so that we could grow that window, so that we can grow that ability and that resilience to withstand more discomfort and more stress, appropriate stress. Today wasn't the day to ride. Not just for him, but for me, I think. As much as I want to, I really wanted to get on it. Like there's a part of me that was really, had some energy in like my core and stuff that was like, yes, I'm ready to get on. I really want to do this. But there was also a part of me that was very hesitant, not really exactly sure what that's about. And I feel that part like in my chest and my heart. There's some tension there, almost like a catching of my breath, like not like a lot, but just a little bit, where it's like if I just really leaned into it, I'd probably lose my breath for a second. So I'm going to have to pay attention to that for myself before I try work on this again tomorrow, because I plan to work on it again tomorrow with him. And yeah, I'll see you on the next day. Take care. Thank you, buddy.